Wherever you stand in terms with the pinball scene as a gamer probably differs from person to person, and chances are doesn't include being a true pinhead. And regardless of whether you knew that some pinball tables have surprisingly detailed storylines or achievements set out to accomplish, is up for debate. Either way, if you play casually or are knee-deep in combos and skill shots, here's 5 fun and nerdy in-depth explanations to pinball terminology. Stupidly convoluted title for a VGT, I know, but who really reads the description? Who really cares for this episode? I don't know. Personally, I'm running an analytics experiment with this one, and that's a need to know, don't kiss and tell. I'm your host, sensei-pong, and this is VGT 101, Video Game Terminology. Number 1, Plunger. Yeah, let's start simple. This is a little doohickey that kicks the ball. Called the kicker, spring, shooter, what have you. The actual industry and pinball enthusiast term for this part of the table is a plunger. And whether it be a standard spring or automatic plunger, that's what it is. What are the differences? Well, the standard is the most common pullback knob that kicks the ball, first invented in the late 1700s for a variation of a wooden pin billiard style table game, bagatelle. An incline was added to the tables and fixed metal pins and spring plunger would shoot the ball. This variation at the time was called billard japonais, or Japanese billiards. This variation of bagatelle later developed and evolved into what we know now as pachinko in the early 20th century, while the automatic plunger is a plunger that shoots a ball at a set strength, usually fitting in with the theme of whatever table you may be playing. A popular table from the 90s that can be an example of when an automatic plunger was used is with the Williams 1993 Indiana Jones Pinball Adventure table, where instead of a traditional plunger, an automatic plunger in the design of a pistol would shoot the ball like a gun. Well then, that thought train derailed and went off into a good spiral of tangents. That can't be a good sign for the rest of the video, but I'm just going to let the ball roll and see where it goes. See what I did there? Never mind. Number 2. A nudge, or tilt. Well, now that I've coupled nudge with the word tilt, I'm sure you know what a nudge is if you know what a tilt is. A nudge is basically shaking or bumping the pinball table to help manipulate the ball so it rolls in a favored direction. Strategically, one can use a nudge to avoid rolls down the middle of the flippers, knocking the ball enough to pass the bumper and the corresponding flipper. Skilled players, once timing nudges correctly, can fully control the ball, possibly performing what could be called a death save, resurrection, or even a Lazarus Ball. Now, if the player on contemporary tables nudges the tables too many times in a row or too often in a short period of time, a tilt can occur. A tilt is an anti-cheating mechanism within the pinball table that stops the player from lifting or shaking the table too often. First developed by Harry Williams while working under the Pacific Amusement Company in 1932, this development was important because of the nature of many popular pinball tables at the time being used as a form of gambling, which in 1947 and Gottlieb's Humpty Dumpty and the first introduction of flippers helped bring pinball tables as becoming a game of skill instead of fully being a game of luck.
Number 3.
Since I mentioned in the last tangent, I'll mention it again. A death save, resurrection, or Lazarus Ball. Depending on who you talk to, I suppose. They could mean specifically different things. I've only performed a Lazarus Ball in real life once. It was on a Stern 2003 Lord of the Rings table. I wasn't recording it. It wasn't from skill, but it was a random lucky chance of the ball shot down quickly down the line and bounced back, with me panic flipping to get the ball back into play. And at this point, it's a big fishtail since nobody was around when it happened. You don't need to believe me, but I was there, and it happened. But what a Lazarus Ball is when the ball seems to or has gone down to the drain, aka the bottom pit at where the ball goes down to lose your round, but then it miraculously pops back into play, either by luck over the bounce or by a skilled nudge. The term Lazarus coming from the biblical reference in the New Testament of Lazarus in chapter 11 of the Gospel of John, in which Jesus raises Lazarus from the dead 4 days after his death. A miracle, if in which a pinball player performs a Lazarus Ball, it's usually considered an impossible move, aka a miracle move. But yo, check this out, I found footage from the 2014 PAPA, Professional and Amateur Pinball Association 17th World Championship of player Josh Sharp performing a Lazarus Ball, saving his game from going down the drain, literally. Pun intended. If you're curious, I pulled this footage from the YouTube channel called GA Pinball, home of the Georgia Pinball Association. I'm not affiliated with them. But if you go and subscribe to them and tell them that the sensei sent you, it's good PR for me. Either way, if you like pinball, they've got some fun stuff. Links are available in the description below. There's also links to Papa and a few other pinball channels as well. Give them a like and sub, would ya? Like and subscribe. So, what's a death save and resurrection? Almost the same idea as a Lazarus Ball, but another thing I can't perform because I'm only above average in terms of skill. A death save or resurrection is when a skill nudge or lucky bounce is performed to save the ball in general from dropping down the drain. This footage is ripped from another pinball enthusiast on YouTube by the name Jcasetnl. Links are available in the description below. Sub to him too, but I'm not sure if he's still active. Either way, sub to him and say the sensei sent ya. It's shameless promotion for my channel. Like and subscribe. Number 4. Slap save. I said number 4. That joke was saved for number 2, but the rhythm of the script didn't feel right and I shoved it into the number 4 slot. Sue me. A slap save is a fast reaction to the ball nearly going down the middle, where if you hit the ball with the tip of one of your flippers or nudging the table enough to get into the reach of another flipper to move the ball back into play or pass to the other flipper. Here's some slowed down footage of myself performing a slap save. It took me forever to get the situation to occur, because normally I fail miserably and if the situation arises. Actually, no, you know what? Here's some footage from Jcasetnl again. It's really fast. Oh yeah, that's a nice slap save. Yeah. Shake it, baby. Where the term basically derives is from where the ball is about to drop out of play but is slapped back. Straightforward, I know, but you know. But if you know how to manipulate the ball in flippers and with set strategies, it may improve your game. Or at least in my case, know where I went wrong every few minutes. But yeah, that's a slap save. Can't really go into detail beyond that. It's just a term for a maneuver. That's all. And number 5. Skill shot. A skill shot isn't simply a skillful shot or execution of combos, but in terms of pinball means a specific opening play on certain, but not all tables. A skill shot bonus is awarded at the beginning of a round when the ball is launched at a target strength, sometimes bringing the ball into play through a different route. One good example of an alternative routed skill shot is the Classys Maxis PC Video Pinball, simply titled Pinball or Space Cadet. Now if you really want to get nitty-picky, and it was originally called Full Tilt, but who's keeping track? If the player launches the ball lightly and the ball doesn't shoot towards the top but instead activates a trapdoor that leads closer to the flippers. In Pinball FX2, many of the tables implement a skill shot feature, but with targets to actually aim for. In FX2's Tesla, a target lights up and gauging the strength at which you launch the ball, falling through the target allows for a 50,000 point bonus. Correct me if I'm wrong. While in FX2's Plants vs. Zombies, bonking the scuba zombie through the correct chute allows for a whopping 500,000 bonus points. That one's not really easy to pull off consistently. I stink at it, and this footage I pulled was 80% luck on my part. Some classic tables with a skill shot feature include Tales from the Arabian Nights and Funhouse, both Williams titles. Man, that dummy freaks me out, but R.L. Stine totally ripped it with Slappy. Freaky. If you're curious, for an easy pickup computer version of these tables, I recommend Pinball Arcade on Steam, the Microsoft Store, maybe Google Play, wherever that game is sold. I don't really, blah. This video is not endorsed by Williams or the developers of Pinball Arcade, but if you happen to buy a copy of Pinball Arcade for yourself, let them know that the sensei sent ya. It's good PR, blah blah blah. For more pinball fun, go check out my Casual Fridays where I curse at the table and drop the ball. Hope you enjoyed the video and thank you for watching. Like and comment below, and until next time. Which in 1947 in Gottlieb's Humpty Dumpty and the first introduction of hippers. Yo, hippers. Was becoming a game of skill instead of a game. A slap slave is completely different. Not family friendly. Yeah, that's Rob Dyke and the deep internet territory right there. Don't go there. I'm gonna start saying slap slave. I can't stop myself. All right, I gotta say it a whole bunch of times so I don't say it. Slap slave, slap slave, slap slave, slap save. There you go. Oh yeah, that's a nice slap slave. Yeah, you can't. I can go into deeper detail about slap slaves, but this is not that type of channel.